September 25th, the new Fox Tuesday kicks off with New Girl's new season. Then welcome Ben and Kate.
Stay away from my sister before you find out what 6 years of Krav Maga feels like. Well, like year and a half plus like 4 years on and off I was traveling.
Followed by another all-new New Girl.
What am I looking at here?
Pure, unadulterated friendship.
And the Mindy Project.
Can't believe you're tattling.
Tattling is when a little girl does it, okay? When a hot woman does it, it's called whistleblowing.
The new Fox Tuesday, premieres September 25th on Fox.
You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Dean Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AfterBuzz TV's The Voice After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's The Voice After Show.
Yo, guys, what's up? And welcome to The Voice, Season 3, Episode 1. We are here. You know what? Bing is for doing. And so we are doing another after show. And nice. I'm your host, Michelle Macedo.
I'm Melissa Macedo, twin co-host.
Winter Ray.
My name is Lauren Mendoza.
And we have a very special guest in the house tonight, and that's Jamar Rogers. On AfterBuzz TV.
You like that? You like that?
There it is. Nice. Yeah. That audience likes it too. Yes. Love those.
Very lucky to have you today. Thank you so much for coming.
It's my pleasure. Thank you.
So we're going to go ahead and get started with Season 3, Episode 1. You guys, wow. A great episode, if I may say so myself. Yeah.
Totally.
A lot of talent.
Totally.
A lot coming out.
Blind auditions. So you never know what's going to happen. It always gets crazy.
Yeah.
With the judges and everything.
Yeah. And I love it how they always start off with the judges performing. You know, it shows like, yeah, they're here to judge because they are the best. They are amazing. And I loved it. I love the choice of song. What do you guys think?
I loved it. I thought that they performed really well together. And I feel like we're seeing them a lot closer, like a lot friendlier with each other. And I think you could tell in their first performance. Exactly. I think last season and maybe the first one, it was kind of you question their chemistry sometimes.
Right.
But I felt like they all came out and were having a really great time.
Well, you know, this is their third go around, so I mean, they're getting to know each other's quirks and personalities, and I thought the harmonies were super tight, and you know, just. You know, CeeLo and his, you know, he was obviously influenced by Prince.
Yeah, gotta love CeeLo.
It was, I was quite entertained for sure.
Cool.
Yeah. It looked great too.
Yeah, it did look really good.
They looked very comfortable.
Yes.
Yeah. CeeLo has a parrot this season. Kind of lady for where perfect is.
I think that parakeet would correct you.
Oh.
Because I saw a tweet from her. She's getting really mad about being called a parrot.
Sorry, parakeet.
She looks like a big parakeet.
But she's a parakeet.
Okay.
So.
She looks like a big one.
She does.
Actually a big parakeet.
Good to know.
Wouldn't want to wake up to that in the morning. Much rather see perfect, but
well, you know, we started off with Terry McDermott from Scotland.
Yes. Scotland with the mini Scottish American version of him and his wife.
Aww, his
Very
little
cute
boy in the
boy.
suit.
Very
Oh, that was
cute.
so cute.
Great song.
Yeah.
Baba O'Reilly.
Yes.
Total classic.
Very
Yes.
I mean, his what I remember just thinking, like his tone was just so clear. You know, he hit those notes without even trying. It was so effortless. I was really impressed with that guy right there.
Yeah, me too. And they were right, rock star voice.
Word.
Truly a rock and roll voice.
Yeah, he really sounded like a Roger Daltrey. That's who saying it right. Yeah. And he really sounded like, I don't know, like he was meant to sing that song.
Yeah.
It was a perfect song choice. I don't know.
And, you know, it kind of scares me when I know people are doing songs that classic and that popular.
Yeah.
And, like, they maybe want to sound rock and roll, but, like, they aren't that. But he nailed it.
Yeah, he really did. He was great.
Amazing.
Great attitude. So cute.
Yeah.
So cute.
I know.
I know.
He seemed like a nice guy. And then Blake mentioned that he just has to speak or something or talk, and then that's fine.
And
they'll win.
Yeah.
It's true. The accent, very sexy.
And the U.S., it gets
into
everyone. Yeah.
But didn't it seem like they kind of let him wait a little while? Like they kind of let him sing, and we all didn't really know if anyone was going to turn their chair.
I hate that.
Yeah, but you're right. He sang that song so perfectly, and even Christina said, I think that he sounded like you could hear him on the radio now. Like he had that
radio friendly voice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he did a good job.
And Adam mentioned that he's from a rock and roll part of the world,
which is true.
Yes.
Very true.
Yeah. I guess there's a lot of rock and roll parts of the world.
Yeah.
I guess that's wherever they play, right? People come from.
Yeah, and then he ended up going with Blake Shelton, which I thought was cool. I can see that going.
Yeah, he made the right choice.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see what Blake is going to do with them. I'm curious to see who Blake is going to pair him up with in the battles, and we'll see.
It's cool because Blake always surprises me. He does like really cool, like different things with songs that I don't expect. You know, everyone pegs him as the country guy, but he's not just that.
No, he's definitely an artist with the point of view. So,
definitely. Yeah.
So next, De'Borah.
Yes.
My favorite of the night.
Yeah.
She was my favorite too.
Yeah.
She's awesome.
She's my favorite too.
Her personality. I'm a personality guy.
Yeah.
Like if you can charm me. Just with her personality alone, and then her voice was just like stellar. On top of that,
oh my God.
I loved, I just loved her bravery. I loved her courage, and I loved that rasp. She had like that Church of God in Christ, like fat black girl.
Yeah,
rasp,
she's going to church.
And so unexpected. Like she's so small too, you know. Yeah. And then that
she
voice
has
came
awesome
out.
dance moves.
She really does.
She does. Yes,
she definitely has some good pelvic thrusts.
Yeah, she does.
She knows what she's doing.
Oh yeah,
I love that her parents are so supportive.
Right
too,
on.
you know?
Yeah, she had a great story. She had a really great
she
story
did.
behind her.
Yeah.
And I really like the fact that she sang a train song. I don't think any of us would have expected that from her. She could have easily done Jasmine Sullivan or Aretha Franklin, but she came out and was like, "No, I'm going to show you, mother effers, I can do something else." And I really respect what she did.
Totally.
Yeah.
Do you guys think that if they saw her, what she looked like, that they would that they would actually pick her?
Well, I think
so.
I do.
I don't know. I think that's the beauty of this show because I mean, how many times do we make snap judgment calls right when we meet someone just based on their appearance?
Yeah.
And I like the fact that no one got the opportunity to prejudge her. They just heard this amazing voice.
Yeah.
I don't know if they would have turned around for her if they had seen her. They wouldn't have. I don't think that they would have had enough imagination
Maybe
to
they
kind of
wouldn't have got
reconcile this voice with this body. You know.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, what do you guys think?
On top of her surprising look and how amazing she is, she made the most surprising team choice of the night, I think.
Yeah.
She chose Christina.
Yes.
And I was not expecting that.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
I know. Out of all of them, like really, I mean, and CeeLo and Christina both turned around.
But I love what she said about Christina. I think we were all shocked when she picked Christina. We were like, really? But then afterwards, you saw her cry, and she said, well, Christina had this song, Beautiful, that really touched me, and that was the moment that I knew that I was different.
Yeah.
And I think when we all heard that, it kind of made sense.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think if we were all in her position, we would have done the same thing. To pick somebody that had influenced you so much at a really important time in your life. So I think she, in the end, made a really good choice.
Right.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So, and I do think they would have picked her. I don't know. I think she was too good to not pick her. I think maybe if they saw her, they might have prejudged her and questioned. But then once she actually sang and really got into it, and that song fit her personality so well,
Yeah, it did.
I feel like they would have been dumb not to pick her.
Yeah.
So
I mean, they
that's
definitely
what I
would
would
have been
think.
dumb. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they made some questionable choices sometimes.
That's true.
Well, good segue.
Exactly.
Gracia? Is that how you say it?
Gracia.
Gracia. Yeah.
Add an S and make it
Gracias.
Gracias.
I know. Gracias Harrison.
But it's like, why not?
Country singer, yodeler.
Yes,
of all
that's
things.
right. Yodeling is her thing.
And she went out there making it sound like she was just gonna yodel the whole time.
That's what I thought. I thought there
Right.
wasn't even a song. I
Yeah.
thought she was just going to yodel.
Yeah.
She's going to yodel like, Mary had a little lamb.
I know.
Here's my yodeling version. Like this.
But it was like it was, cowboy.
I want to be a cowboy sweetheart.
I want to be a cowboy sweetheart.
Now, I was raised in Oklahoma, so I have a pretty, fair amount of appreciation for country music. But I personally thought that her performance was just a little cheesy. It was a little state fairy.
Right.
You know, I mean, I could tell that that's where she got her start from. It reminded me of Rooster Days in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. I mean, that's the flashback I got when I saw her. Exactly.
What happened on
only imagine.
Rooster
Day?
It's like this really big event in Broken Arrow, and there's a parade and a festival. Well, not really. That's making it sound grander than it is. Like the 4-H club comes out and they show the kids.
That's awesome.
That's cute.
You know, I never fit in at Rooster Day, but I think that Gracia Harrison, she
probably did.
Would for sure.
That's really funny because I always wanted to be in 4-H, and no joke, this really happened. They would not let me be in 4-H.
Why?
I don't know.
Do they do that?
Yeah, they denied me.
That's crazy.
Wait, is it stupid that I don't know what that is?
It's not really in well, not where we.
Did your high school
It's
have
very
a tractor
regional.
day?
It's very regional.
Have a what?
Yeah, I don't feel like we grew up in Southern California, and
anywhere that has a heavy agriculture.
Right.
Population.
Yeah, I don't know, tractor day.
So it's where you drive your tractor to school.
I definitely didn't do that, yeah.
But we love Oklahoma.
Yes, we love you, Oklahoma.
Yes,
definitely.
Yes.
Well,
yeah.
Go Dust Bowl.
Everyone turned around. Everyone turned around but Christina.
Right.
I wasn't expecting that at all. I don't know about you guys.
Actually, winter, we didn't think anyone was going to turn around for it. And I'm not saying anything against you, Gracia.
We
You're
love you.
Obviously very talented.
Yeah.
I thought it was a little cheesy. I thought
Yeah.
I think I was most surprised at how fast Adam turned around. He was the first one to turn around, and he turned around really quickly.
Yeah.
And I think that caught me off guard. And then his comment even surprised me. He said that she's the best country singer that they've had on the show.
On the stage.
I was
ever.
like, I don't think so.
I don't know.
I'm a little partial to Raylan. I'm going to be honest.
Raylan.
I love Raylan.
Yes.
I think she's so great. Her little personality.
Between Raylan and we had Gwen Sebastian our season and Allie Stump, I think that was a bit of a stretch.
Yeah.
Right.
Way
She was the best.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, maybe.
But she made a team, and congratulations
Yeah.
to you, Gracia.
Yes.
If you are watching, mwah, to you.
Yes.
She has a lot of talent. I mean,
does.
that's
Definitely.
unquestionable.
Leanne Rimes was a yodeler.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yodeling.
Remember Bloom?
Yes,
her
I was
first?
just
She-
thinking
Yeah.
that.
I was good.
See?
Forgot about that.
Yes.
Cool.
Since she chose Blake, so we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, big surprise. She chose Blake, who's probably been on a poster on her wall for the past 10 years.
Definitely.
Watch out, Miranda.
Yeah, seriously.
I know. And I think that every time CeeLo turns around, I think when there's a possibility that it's like a very attractive person. I notice that his face gets like
Well, yeah, for the
a little crazy. And
what did he say? I'll be your cowboy.
I'll be your
I'm like, yeah, you will see that.
That's my dude. That's my
dude. Yeah, and so next we had another youngin, Garrett
Gardner, 16.
Yes. Have you ever seen The Rain?
Yes.
I was really rooting for this kid.
Yeah.
You know,
I really thought they would
his
turn around.
His story was so heartbreaking. I mean, he definitely had the personality. He had the look. But I think that maybe at the end of the day, his nerves might have gotten the best of him.
Definitely.
Yeah. I thought, you know what I thought really might have influenced the judges not turning around is though he had a really great tone and quality to his voice, I think they probably thought he was older than he was. Like maybe they envisioned him to be an older guy and couldn't really see him doing too well. That's all I can guess.
Yes, I agree. I think his voice sounded way older. Like even when I tried to just like listen to his voice, I mean, at least in his 30s maybe.
Yeah, it didn't really match up. But it was great nonetheless. I was really rooting for him too. I was really sad they didn't pick him.
Yeah.
And Christina approached him afterwards and gave him a hug, and that's something that we didn't see a lot last season. So that was great. That was really sweet of her.
She hugged a lot of people.
There was a lot of there was a hug fest tonight.
And loving.
I like that though.
Yeah.
I like that.
Too.
And you know, personally, that's why I do love The Voice, because the coaches, they're not trying to bash you. You know, they're not trying to send you home and humiliate it. They really do care, and I think that they really do remember that it wasn't that long ago that they were, in our shoes, trying to make a name for themselves.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah, I think that's also with these blind auditions. It brings up something in them. You know, you're so vulnerable going out there. You know, and so they feel for you. They've been there. They've done it. They've been said no and yes a million times. So I like seeing that. You know,
what's funny is that when I noticed that Adam kept on turning around the not getting chosen, that I'm pretty sure he stopped turning around after a while because he didn't want the rejection. And I was like, that's weird. That's like such a weird twist there. It's like exactly what they're afraid of.
Yeah, speaking of
Goes
which,
both ways still.
Actually, the next contestant, everyone turned around. I think everyone.
Yeah, they did.
And then she was like, okay, who's going to do something for me?
Well, I respect her guts. I mean, she wasn't even, what I really liked about Devyn, she didn't just say who's going to take me to the finale. She said who's going to take care of me after the show is over.
I know.
And I'm like, you know what, that girl has balls right there.
Yeah.
Like she's already planning her future. So I think she did a decent job. She
Ain't
looks
no other
great.
man.
She's super hot.
Yeah, and not to mention she did a Christina song, going on the Brave thing. But yeah, and she happens to be
one.
Yeah,
ain't no other man.
Yeah, out of all of them, very fast.
Yeah,
that's a hard choice.
She had some pretty crisp runs in the very beginning of the song. I respected that. It kind of got a little shaky in the middle for me.
Yeah, it did.
But her look is so great. Who cares?
Yeah.
Sorry. It goes against everything this show stands for.
Yeah, but we still get to see. Let's remember that.
Yeah,
we still see.
I was actually really surprised that the judges turned around for her. I thought she may have been my least favorite of the night. And I do agree she's gorgeous, but I feel like she was very brave to sing a Christina song, but if you're going to do that, you really need to nail it. And I felt like she was trying so hard to do all the little runs that Christina does and fluctuate her voice. And when you do that and you don't hit it, it sounds like you're trying too hard.
That's true.
And that's what it sounded like to me, and I just wasn't, I felt like there were so many other great singers, or at least a couple other, that they could have picked that they didn't. And
it can easily sound like a mistake, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's just their version, but we've heard her version so many times.
Yeah.
It's like covering an Adele song.
Yeah.
Yes.
Then you think it's like, it sounds wrong because it's just different. It's
well,
just totally
I thought there were
different.
some pitch problems. Maybe it was just me, but
No,
it sounded
there
like
were.
that to
There
me.
were. There were.
Like it just, I don't know.
Yeah, she definitely wasn't flawless, but she was great.
She was good.
And hot.
I'm not going to say great.
Yeah.
Say good.
Maybe they
My
felt
opinion.
the hotness
I think
radiating.
they did.
CeeLo felt
He
it.
felt it burning on the back of his neck.
He has like a radar, but he doubts it because he never turns around for the hottest ones.
No.
Did he turn around for her?
No,
He didn't. Actually, not everybody turned around for her. CeeLo was the one that did not.
And he
Crazy.
immediately
He didn't-
regretted it.
Yeah.
I know, and that's what his face looked like when you went on Winter and he turned around. I recognize that face of disappointment. Like, oh my God, could I have hooked up with this girl? I'm just saying.
No.
I'm not saying that anything happened, but
No.
no.
You have your own Adam Levine version of Adam Levine.
I'm into Jewish guys.
Yeah.
Hey.
Call Winter Ray for some good fun. Okay, but speaking of comedy or funny things, which we weren't speaking about, there is some exciting stuff going on. There's some exciting stuff going on starting Tuesdays.
Oh.
Okay. So the Fox premiere Tuesday is stacked with comedies. First, Zooey Deschanel is back on the season premiere of New Girl.
Great
Avi,
show.
It's a show.
Love that show.
Yeah.
And
So
I don't know if you
cute.
guys follow the show, but she just got laid off, and now she's like back to work, I guess. in the
Looking for
show.
work, yeah.
Fantastic.
Looking for work. Family, also funny. From the producers of New Girls, there's a new series that they are calling one of the year's best new comedies, Ben and Kate.
Yes.
Have you guys heard of that?
Yeah.
I have, and I've heard of people that have screened it and said that they have laughed out loud
I did.
and just died from people in the industry. They have seen it and they are just ranting and raving about it. So that's the one I really, really want to see.
Very cool.
That is quite, that's some high expectations there. And, okay, then there's the Mindy Kaling. I don't
Yeah.
From The
She's
Office.
Awesome.
Yeah, I love her.
Well, she has a
She's
brand
so
new
funny.
office. Okay,
Yeah.
it's the series premiere of the new comedy, The Mindy Project. And I'm telling you, if you're looking for a night of laughs, Fox premiere Tuesdays, they got you covered. And that is beginning September 25th at 8 p.m.
So soon.
So
Excited for that.
Yeah, it's
get
very
out your
exciting.
planner right now where I know you schedule TV watching time.
Exactly.
Very cool.
Put that down.
All right.
So we have the man with the 2 first names coming up next.
Yes.
Brian Keith.
Yes.
It will rain, but not on his parade.
Not on his parade.
Not
He
today.
made a team.
Yes, he did. And his father was in Spanish Harlem Orchestra. Everyone turned around.
Yes,
Yeah.
this is the one the first one everyone turned around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm a little partial to this dude. He's from the Bronx. You know, I lived in the Bronx, so I really appreciate. I know that not a lot seems to come from the Bronx, so I'm really rooting for this kid. I hope he goes really far in this competition.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I really liked his voice. He had a really strong and raspy voice, and I think Blake, when he was, commenting on it, he said that you're one person that's really consistent, and Christina said you have a signature, and I really agreed with that in his audition. So
yeah,
I like him.
I don't think.
Team Adam, right?
Yeah,
Team Adam.
Oh yeah,
Adam got one. Isn't this his
Yay.
first one?
Yes.
Congratulations,
you got a good
Adam.
one.
Yeah.
You got a good
That's
one.
a good one.
He snagged him up. I think I saw his confidence go up after that. Adam.
But and then we have the lovely and charming Daniel Rosa, who's such a sweetheart. Yeah.
Good buddy.
Oh,
So proud of that kid.
So exciting. He so deserves it.
Yeah.
He so deserves it.
Yeah.
I really liked what he did with such a popular song. I mean, we've heard Gautier's song about 1,000,009 times now, but he really he kind of put his own spin on it, and I really hats off to you, Daniel. Good job, buddy. Good job.
Very cool.
He snagged CeeLo, or CeeLo snagged him.
Yes.
I agree. CeeLo snagged
True.
him.
Yeah. And like they said, it's cool. Like he came back. And even when last time he said, "What can I do better?" And they all remembered him. So that was nice. And yes, we've heard that song 1,000,001 times, which is why it can be scary to do that song. Yeah. But his voice is so unique. It's just like so beautiful.
Yeah. When he first started singing, though, I'll be honest, I didn't recognize it because he was doing such a different version of it. I was like, what?
Which is
this?
that's like so the way to
Which
do
is
it.
great. Yeah, because I'm a little sick of that song.
Well,
So-
I mean,
glad.
we were just talking about people, outdoing the original. So I don't know if he outdid it, but he definitely made it his own, and I respect that.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. I feel like if you do it too much like the original, then it just feels like you're trying to be that. But he just did his own thing, which is awesome. I don't know if he has any stuff out right now. Do you guys know? Winter Shamar?
I don't think so.
Sure,
you know what he's doing? He said he was able to gig around and stuff.
Yeah.
And I remembered him because of his little tie.
Yeah.
And his little
Cute sweaters.
glasses. Yeah, and really,
His confidence is great.
Yeah.
He should come in and do karaoke.
Yeah.
So should you, Jamar.
Yes.
Tell them where they can do karaoke.
At Lucky Strike LA Live.
Hey,
every Sunday. Every
Wow.
Sunday night
Very
from
cool.
8 to midnight.
Oh,
fun.
Like that.
Sounds like fun, and
Like
it
that.
sounds like a crazy time.
Yeah.
Sounds like a crazy time.
We get glow sticks.
Wow. I'm there. I am there.
Are you guaranteeing glow sticks right now?
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Shiny things.
That changes
Glitter.
everything.
Wow.
I know.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, the next one made me really sad.
I love
Anita,
her.
Antoinette.
I love her.
I know.
Oh, I had such high hopes for
I
her.
know, and you had seen her original.
Yeah, it's so cool. Actually, I when The Voice was having season 3 auditions in New York, I actually sat in on some of the original auditions, and I sat in on hers. And I man, there's just something so special about her. I like her face, her nice little smile, little chocolate girl. I like the chocolate. And man, she I guess her nerves got the better of her, but when she redeemed herself, man, I had chills central. I felt it. I
So
felt
beautiful.
it. So I hope she comes back next season because I think that the world needs to see her. She's dope.
Hint, hint.
Yeah.
Anita,
Yeah.
I got my eye on you, girl.
And like you said, she has this sort of Lauryn Hill quality about her voice, which nobody has except for Lauryn Hill,
That's true.
So that's so cool.
Yeah.
But I hope to see her back.
I think she looked like she was kind of bummed that maybe she didn't do the a cappella version for her audition because she would have been picked. But maybe
Totally.
she'll come back and do that next time. But that's exactly what I wrote. I wrote chills.
Yeah.
With 3.
Yeah, when she did it over again. Yes.
Love it.
Yeah, go
She was
girl.
amazing.
And she definitely left with her head held high.
Yeah.
And everybody loved her. I mean, the whole world loves her right now.
Yeah.
So go girl.
Yeah.
She'll be back.
Good for you, Anita.
Yeah.
Yeah, good for her.
Yeah, she was another one that got a lot of hugs.
Yeah, she got hugs.
Everybody, yeah.
Yeah, because I was sad.
It's cute.
And, yeah, ironic song.
I know, right?
Anyway, but it's true. It's true, right?
Yes.
Right? I was like, she's gonna cry. Yeah, that's just gonna be it. And
yes,
okay, I wanted to remind everyone that to check us out on iTunes.
Yes.
Because a lot of cool stuff's going on right now. We're getting a huge amounts of listens and views. Thank you to everyone. We really appreciate that you watch and that you listen. And we're super fans just like you guys. So please feel free to like tweet at us or anything, any questions that you have or a correction. I know that some people are very, are very on it.
On top of the facts.
With the fact checking.
Or even if you disagree with us or think like someone was really cool, should have been brought back, like we'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, but if you have something positive to say, you should probably go say it on iTunes.
Yeah.
You can rate and review it.
Yes.
But one of the like upper stars, like 4
Like
or 5.
5.
Like 5 would be good.
Because we all still can read them and we all still have self-esteem. So
And we'd like to keep our self-esteem.
yeah, like to hold on to that for as long as possible.
Exactly. So comment on iTunes.
Yeah.
Please.
Good ones.
Nice things.
Yes.
Yay.
So, Joe Kirkland.
Gave us hell.
Yes.
Yes, he did.
Gave us hell.
That's Texas, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fort Worth.
And he was a background singer for a group called Artists versus Poetry. Was that it?
I think so.
Something like
Or
that.
artists versus poets or something.
Yeah, something like that. And the lead singer, I guess, dropped out, or he didn't really go into details, but he was like totally like bailed, man.
Right.
Yeah.
And they were like
Really?
signed to some label. He didn't say which one or anything, but and he was singing in the background when he had obviously an amazing voice. I think it was clear that he had been on tour, that he's experienced.
Yeah.
Because he was a great performer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I felt like he wasn't my favorite, but I did think that about him. I thought he's a performer. He's obviously been on stage a lot, and he really had the crowd going. And I think that really worked in his favor.
Yeah.
Yes.
I really liked his vibrato. The way he ended the notes, I thought was great. That's what got me. That's what I liked him.
Cool. Thoughts?
He was not my favorite of the evening,
Yeah.
but he was
Right.
definitely comfortable on stage, and he definitely has a good look. I had my A&R hat on. I'd pick him up.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Because he definitely, he has what it takes.
Looks
to,
like a Jonas.
With the
like a
nose
Jonas,
ring.
a
Did he have
Jonas
a
with
nose
an
ring?
edge.
Yeah. Edgy Jonas.
Or
Yeah.
lip ring. One of them.
Yeah, he had a ring somewhere in his face.
He had
Yeah.
something somewhere.
Yeah.
But he was another one that Adam turned around really, really fast for.
Yeah.
But that surprised me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it surprised all of us. We were all like, "Wow, really?"
I know.
At first?
Out of
Yeah.
everyone, all the amazing singers,
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
right away.
He was good, but he's not someone I see really standing out in the competition, personally.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
you
we'll
know,
see. He could surprise us.
I mean, Adam's, perhaps his Maroon 5 radar is going off.
True.
Probably.
True.
Could be.
It's kind of up that alley, it seems.
Isn't that what he said? Isn't that what Joe said to Adam? He was like, being a front man, and then Blake knew. Blake was like,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, that's true.
exactly.
Yeah, we knew it was
It's so
taking him.
over. It's so over.
And then we had our goddess / going to get married in a field.
North Carolina.
Jessica Sharp.
Yeah.
Son of a preacher
Hairdresser.
man.
I thought she was super cute, though.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
was.
She was super
She was
cute.
Yeah.
super cute.
You know,
Very
Yeah.
beautiful.
do
Very
you guys
pretty, yeah.
think that if our other blonde country-esque girl had not come in beforehand, that maybe Jessica would have been picked?
Maybe.
Because
Because
it was
she
like,
sounded country-ish. And
yeah.
I don't know. I don't think so. She does cover songs in a bar, right? I think, or
yeah.
somewhere like
A
that's
cover
what she
band.
does.
Cover band, yeah.
With a cover
Yeah.
band. And that's what she sounded like to me. Like I thought she was good, but I didn't think she was great. Like she didn't wow me. I trying to envision myself in the chair, and I don't know that I would have turned around. She is gorgeous,
Yeah.
but that's the point of the
That's
show.
exactly.
Right.
You know, she can't have that as the advantage.
That's true.
So I kind of agreed, and then it was really sad to
I
see
know.
her reaction.
Yeah, she broke down.
Yeah, she
Hold
did.
it together, girl.
Yeah, just until you get off stage.
Just keep going.
I know.
You know?
Yeah.
Well, from someone who cried a lot on television, I know how it is.
Yeah.
You can't control
You can't
it
control
sometimes.
it.
But there is a way you can practice where you don't cry and make ugly faces.
Oh.
I will say there's a difference between an ugly cry
Yes.
and then just a single tear.
Yeah.
There's a
Tears
technique.
streaming. Yeah.
Is
Tears
there an
streaming.
actual technique for that?
I don't know.
Yeah, but it only means like in private you have to get the inconsolable ugly cry out of the way.
Right. Yes.
And then you just have to relax your face and let the magic work for you. Not like I've thought about that.
You guys are going to make me cry right now.
But a very pretty cry, right?
Yeah.
Like eye drops
Yeah.
Right.
I'm good.
with
You have it
waterproof
down.
mascara.
But it was really sad. So she
Yeah,
should
that's
keep
sad.
going. She should keep going.
Yeah.
She's definitely got talent.
Yes.
She wouldn't have made it that far had she not. So
Yeah.
Yeah, she
don't
had,
give up.
she
Yeah.
had really
Jessica
good
Sharp.
energy. That's what I noted
Yes.
about her. She had really good energy.
Yeah, she did.
She doesn't seem that happy about her cover band.
No.
I'm sure it was in the moment.
Yes, I'm sure it was a
And-
momentary feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
she was
that-
kind of pouting about
pass.
that. Yeah.
There are so many people that are going to go to her cover band shows tonight.
Yeah. Yes,
Yeah.
very
That's true.
Oh yeah,
That
in
is very
North
true.
Carolina, like what?
Yeah, they're going to be really excited.
Yeah. Oh my God, North
would go.
Carolina is gonna love it.
Yeah.
I'd go.
Yeah, son of a preacher man.
And then we have the of course they put him at the finale because he's
So
just
awesome.
blew
So good.
everyone away. He's just
Definitely.
like kind of person where everyone was like, okay, yeah, just by one note, it was done.
Right.
It's over. So, and he's 18. What?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
He's 18 and singing "Listen,"
Yeah.
sang by Beyonce.
Yes.
He
As
sounds-
good as Beyonce.
I agree.
Amazing.
It was pitch perfect actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was.
His runs were really crisp and his tone was just like spot on. I really he was really, I don't know, he was just so brave up there. Like for someone that has had confidence issues, I didn't see that
Right.
while he was singing. He came across so strong and so confident. So
Yeah.
I'm rooting for that kid too.
Does anybody else want to find out who this 8th grade teacher is?
I do.
Right?
I know.
I think even Adam asked, "What's your 8th grade teacher's name?" And
Yes.
he's like, "No, I don't want to do
Very
that." And
smart,
I thought,
Trevin.
wow.
Don't fall for it. Very
I know.
smart.
But that
That's
takes
true.
a good
I know.
person
I know.
because if I held all that anger for so long and it got in my way for so many years, I would want to call them out so fast.
I'd be like,
Yeah.
Mrs. Ward.
I know, right?
I'd be like,
Yeah.
whoa. Her address is.
It just,
You can find her.
Yeah.
it just made everyone like him so much more. I
Yeah.
feel like
Yeah.
because he's that kind of person, and you're like, and you do that, and you're like, but you know, obviously that teacher affected him, and hopefully that's a lesson to people that maybe don't even say anything to middle schoolers or 8th graders.
Maybe just
at all.
Write a recommendation.
Just
Maybe just
maybe
do
the
it.
recommendation.
Yeah, maybe people like that shouldn't be teachers. Like
Maybe
if you're
you
really
just
going to
stop
be
hating your own horrible life
Yeah,
and taking
exactly.
it out on children.
Yeah, on poor children.
Yeah.
Not only that, but his reaction to that was just to keep going, and he totally, that lady is hating herself right now because she was
should.
wrong.
Yeah.
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 I can
She
just
was
tell
so
you
wrong.
right now,
Good
she's
for
probably
him.
sitting alone in her living room. She like turned off the TV. She's like, and
She's
then
hiding.
cats are like everywhere. She's on next week's Hoarders. Yeah. I'm just saying.
Yeah, she should be hiding. Definitely.
Thank you.
That was good.
Thank you.
Yes.
Oh, and that.
Even more.
All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Necessary.
Yeah, she's extreme couponing right now.
That show's
She-
crazy.
Yeah, I know.
For
It's
real.
crazy. I'm so into it. It's horrible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, well, cool. I'm
Yeah.
excited because up next we are going to ask Jamar a few questions.
Yes.
And first, let's head to our commercial break. Now.
There's no
Anytime.
commercial break.
There's
Oh, no
no
commercial
commercial
break.
I'll be your commercial.
Let's head to the interview then.
Jamar.
Yeah. Very cool. So, what are you up to now? What are you doing?
I've had the most amazing summer. I got to move out to LA from the Bronx.
Cool.
And gosh, I got to sing and speak at the International AIDS Conference in Washington, D.C. It's the first time in 20 years that they've actually held that in the United States. Wow. I got to do a national ad campaign for the Center for Disease Control.
Wow.
I also did a public service announcement with lifebeat.org, which they partner up with MTV, and they get, basically they work with Alicia Keys and Bono and basically musicians using their voice to speak out against AIDS prevention. And let's see, I came out with a single back in June called Where Would I Be Without You. I have a brand new single I'm giving away for free tomorrow on Amazon.com.
Oh, hey.
Amazon.
Oh, hey.
We have a special thing with Amazon.
Well, there you have it.
You can shop from AfterBuzzTV.com. So when you're watching this, you can actually, at the top, at the banner thing, it doesn't cost you anything. You just click, and it'll take you to Amazon. And maybe we can put up your single on our page.
Let's do it. I'm giving it away free for 2 weeks, and it's called Far Away Off, and it is so dope.
Yeah.
And then I'll be coming out with another single at the beginning of next month on iTunes.
Wow.
Let's see, what else?
That's a lot.
I have even more.
You have more.
Let's see. I'll be submitting some songs, songwriting for some major acts. Trying to get back on television. I might be back on television very soon.
Can you say anything about that or not specifically?
I don't want to say it just yet.
Okay.
But believe me, I'll be giving you a call.
Okay.
Like, another AfterBuzz show.
Yeah. We're ready for it.
AfterBuzz TV exclusive.
Very
and
cool.
I'm going to be writing a book. So
hey.
lots of great things. And I honestly do owe it to The Voice. I'm not, I don't have to kiss up to them anymore. I'm not on their show. But they've given me such an opportunity just to share my heart and share my story. And I've literally met people from around the world, whether it be kids from Uganda to grown-ups from New Zealand who have thanked me because they were so encouraged by my story.
Wow.
And so I just would like to take this time to thank CeeLo for hitting his button for me, and for Carson for believing in me, and the show for just really pushing me along and keeping me out there. I'll also be writing a weekly column for theinsider.com, basically just recapping The Voice, and that will debut next Monday.
Oh, very cool.
Awesome.
Wow.
I feel like I'm leaving so much out, but it's been a very busy summer.
Well, I have a question. In what way, I know that you've moved and that a lot of things have changed, but what do you feel is the biggest change between your life before The Voice and now?
Well, I mean, just a year ago, I was just walking dogs in New York. I
love dogs.
Listen, let me just say, if you live in a metropolitan city, $20 per dog per hour, you can make a killing.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyways.
What neighborhood?
Upper West, Upper East Side.
Okay.
People that can afford it. Anyways.
Gossip girl here.
XOXO. Anyways, I just a year ago, I was just, walking dogs and kind of just singing at church. I really wasn't gigging out that much, maybe one every 3 or 4 months. I auditioned for The Voice, like kind of on a whim, and my life has fundamentally changed. Not just in my career, but it's given me a sense of self-worth and confidence that I didn't have before. I overcame my biggest fear by talking about things that were so personal to me, and the feedback that I've gotten, I just could have never in a million years imagined that I would get such amazing feedback. I have the best fans in the world. They're rabid. They are so supportive. They come to every show. They buy me great gifts. I love you guys. They're super awesome. And so, I mean, even the days that I feel like giving up, they're always there kind of pushing me along. So
very cool. It sounds like The Voice was sort of an amazing platform for you to really share your core message and your values.
Well, I mean, and my message is just this, that there's nothing that you can't accomplish in life. And, maybe not everyone can relate to having HIV, but who can't relate to just making bad decisions and regretting some of your bad decisions. And so my number one message, what my brand is, forget about those bad decisions, because there's so much life waiting for you.
Yeah.
And so I'm so glad that The Voice gave me that opportunity to say that.
Yeah, that's so important.
Good.
Wow, thank you for sharing that.
Oh, thank you for having me. Oh, thank you.
We're all speechless.
Drooling all over.
I'll walk your dogs.
Do you believe in polygamy? By any chance?
That's another reality show.
Hey, we did a Sister Wives after show.
We did. Yeah. Come on in.
I stopped watching it after the main dude for Halloween dressed up as a sun, and all the sister wives dressed up as the elements. So and he was like, they all rotate around me.
Yeah, and I'm like, no.
I was like, that's gross. Sorry.
So your single is going out tomorrow.
Tomorrow, probably midnight tonight, actually, on Amazon.com.
So
Far
cool.
Way Off. Super dope song. I think it's going to surprise a lot of people.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So what kind of style would you say it was?
My style is definitely drum and bass, electro soul. So it's I feel like it's this marriage of electric music and like Sam Cooke. So if Depeche Mode and Sam Cooke, made music, then it would sound like me.
Well, I'm into that.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah, that sounds
very
really
cool.
I'm trying to do something new, so we'll see how it's received.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm ready for some new stuff. I think we all are.
It's going to be very well received.
Just like that.
Doing the Blake Shelton.
Yeah, Blake.
So, do you still keep in contact with any of your voice friends?
Absolutely. I hang out with Chessa all the time.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Aaron Willett and I had a really good time last night. That sounded a little suggestive. We didn't.
Really did.
It did.
But no, we ended up at this karaoke bar that we did not mean to end up at. We had a really great time.
Oh, that's awesome.
Anthony Evans. I keep in touch with a lot of people from The Voice. Jamie Lono. I just want to give him a plug. He just released an EP. It's called The Feel Good Nation. Jamie Lono, I love you, brother.
Yay.
And Chessa just released a single this week too called Nobody's Perfect. So.
Yeah,
Another
she did.
person.
Yeah.
We have a
I have
single
a song
called Nobody's Perfect.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it has parental advisory on it. But look it up. It's a nice song. It's just like crazy that. Anyway, check that.
Gotcha. I will.
It's a music video
very
too.
cool. That
I will.
Yeah, very cool that he has.
I was going to say, another person you mentioned that you keep in touch with is your former coach, CeeLo.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I have a question about that because, we all just see what is on TV, of The Voice. But what is it that maybe CeeLo instilled in you in your time with him that you've kind of carried on into your career?
CeeLo has just this gangster attitude, and what I mean by that, he's from the streets, so he kind of has like that. No matter how eccentric he is, and he wears the wigs and stuff, he's still just a street dude. And so what I really gleaned from him was just this industry is rough. You have to have thick skin. Not everyone is going to like you.
Yeah.
And what he taught me was, little brother, if you just keep your eyes on the prize and everything else doesn't matter. He checks on me at least once a week. I'm just so honored because he's such a busy guy. He doesn't have to do that. And one of the really big meetings I got was because of him. So,
wow, so cool.
he definitely takes care of his own. Love you, CeeLo, man.
We all love CeeLo.
So that's something that what's-her-name should consider when she's like, who's going to take care of me after the show?
Well, too bad. She picked Christina.
I know.
I'm not saying anything against
didn't pick
Christina.
her. I don't think
CeeLo didn't.
CeeLo
pick
didn't
her.
even give her a chance.
Yeah, there wasn't even a chance. Yeah.
It ain't going to happen with CeeLo.
Right.
So CeeLo, I know he stops by Lucky Strike sometimes.
Yeah.
And he's come in.
In fact, the last time I saw Winter, CeeLo took his top 4 from his team bowling at Lucky Strikes with Nick Cannon, which was really random.
Which is so random.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Invite everyone.
Yeah.
And we had such a good time.
And that was when I think we really, because when we did the blind auditions, there were so many people, we really didn't. I kind of just stuck around in the hotel room. But
you had your little head wrap, I remember.
I did. I had my head wrap. Nobody knew what my
I thought you
hair
were like
looked
a white
like.
Rasta or something.
I forgot about that. Yeah. But we became friends then. That was when we really started talking, and I was like, I love Jamar.
Yeah.
And I still
likewise. Right back at you.
Yeah.
I love these sound effects.
They're endless.
Yes.
They are.
My manager also told me to remind everyone I was just featured in the latest American Gentleman. You can either get the physical copy or they have it's available online.
What a gentleman.
Yeah, I know
are
they
an
put me like in
American gentleman.
3-piece suits and everything. Your boy cleans up all right.
Nice. Very cool.
Were they colorful or?
Yeah, well, actually they were a little muted. It's not really. I'm not gonna say it's not me. It's another side of me. It's the grown-up me.
The
I was getting
gentleman.
my grown and sexy on.
Yes.
Yeah.
The American Gentleman.
Yes.
Like CeeLo does.
So where can we find that?
AmericanGentleman.com, I believe it is there. And then also you can catch a new feature also in Time Out New York, where I'm talking about my essential picks for fall fashion.
I love Time Out New York.
She lived in New York.
Yeah, I lived in New York.
From where?
Well, I went to Columbia.
course you did.
Yeah. Of course I did. No. But I got time on New York.
It's a pretty dope magazine,
week. Yeah,
right?
it's so cool. I
was
always
like,
read
Mom,
it.
I made it.
Yeah.
And then I just had a feature in Grub Street too, talking about my favorite food.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah.
Which is?
Yeah, which is?
Carl's Jr. I'm going to give Carl's Jr. a shout out right now. I'm the most unhealthy eater of all time. Let's just put that out there.
What?
I'm trying to get an endorsement deal. Don't hate.
Okay,
Don't hate.
okay.
I'll even take Hardee's. I'll take
You know what? You and my boyfriend just became best friends. For real.
Really?
Junk food junkies.
Oh,
telling
no.
you, it's a shame.
Man, in LA, have you noticed a big difference? People eat really healthy here?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I always feel like when I'm walking out of Carl's Jr. with my bag, I feel like I'm being judged.
It's because
you are. It's because you are. I was gonna say. Like all the junk foodies, they go in the drive-thru, they hide it, you know, they eat it, then they go in and eat their salad. So
it's definitely a late
with
night.
With their Coke
thing.
Zero.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
and their kale.
Yeah, I know.
I know that will never be yummy.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
No, kale will not.
Well, anyway, we're glad to hear that all that stuff's going on,
Thank
and
you
we're
so
excited
much.
for your single tomorrow.
Yes. It's so dope. Take my word for it.
So midnight
Yes,
or
midnight. Amazon.com. Far way off.
midnight, West Coast time, Pacific.
Well, it's
Standard?
already past midnight East Coast time, so I'm
So-
hoping it's up over there. And
Okay.
then I'm gonna wait up tonight and see what's the deal.
All of our East Coasters, check it out. And if you're listening to this on
still up.
iTunes, then it's probably out.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's gonna be on YouTube tomorrow, right? Too.
yeah,
In
and it's going to be on
addition
YouTube.
There's so many ways you can watch this show.
know.
Don't miss it.
Also, yeah, you can nothing.
Nothing at all.
I'm just glad
cool.
that we have this now. Tell our listeners where they can find you or tweet at you.
Yes,
all the
yes.
places.
On Twitter, I am at JSquidward. Squidward, just like SpongeBob's best friend.
I was wondering about that.
And you can get me at Tumblr at Jamar the Kid. And, of course, I have a Facebook music page, just facebook.com/Jamar Rogers Music.
Very cool.
Simple.
Super easy.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, Winter, why don't you tell everyone where you can check them out? You out.
The Winter Ray. TheWinterRae.
Very cool.
Nice.
Everywhere.
Lauren.
You guys could tweet me at Lovias, and that's at LO_VALLES.
Very cool. And I'm at Melissa Macedo M and at Macedo Music, of course.
Yeah, you can check us out at Macedo Music, Facebook.com/Macedo Music, and MacedoMusic.com.
Yeah.
So
thank you so much again, Jamar.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you
So
so
much.
much.
Thank
We're
you.
going to have you back.
Right
Yeah.
on.
We need
Good.
to.
Tune in next week, guys, because we're going to do a recap of all the episodes this week.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
AfterBuzz you later!
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.